Hello everyone, welcome to GS Pulse. In today's video, we'll cover these important current affairs in an exam-oriented way using MCQ and statement-based questions. Let's begin with the first event. India's passport improved its global standing in the Henley Passport Index 2026, moving up from 85th to 80th position. Singapore retained the top rank, while Japan and South Korea jointly secured the second position. The index reflects changes in visa-free and visa-on-arrival access worldwide. Consider the following question. According to the Henley Passport Index 2026, which country topped the global passport ranking? Option A, Japan. Option B, Singapore. Option C, South Korea. Option D, India. The correct answer is option B, Singapore. In the Henley Passport Index 2026, Singapore ranked first globally. Its passport provides visa-free access to 192 destinations, making it the strongest passport in the world for that year. Now, consider the following statements regarding the Henley Passport Index 2026. Statement 1. India's passport rank improved by 5 places from 2025 to 2026. Statement 2. Japan and South Korea jointly ranked second with access to 188 destinations. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is both Statement 1 and Statement 2. Statement 1 is correct because India moved from 85th rank in 2025 to 80th rank in 2026. Statement 2 is also correct, as Japan and South Korea jointly held the second position with visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to 188 destinations. Let's move to the next event. India has registered a new synthetic cow breed named Karan Fries, developed by the National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal. The breed combines high milk productivity from exotic cattle with climate-resilient traits from indigenous Indian cattle. Consider the following question. Karan Fries, recently registered as a new synthetic cow breed in India, has been developed by crossbreeding which of the following cattle breeds? Option A, Jersey or Sahiwal. Option B, Holstein Friesian or Git. Option C, Holstein Friesian or Tharparkar. Option D, Brown Swiss or Red Sindhi. The correct answer is option C, Holstein Friesian or Tharparkar. Karan Fries is a synthetic cow breed developed by crossbreeding the exotic Holstein Friesian with the indigenous Tharparkar cattle. This combination helps achieve both high milk yield and better adaptability to Indian climatic conditions. Now, consider the following statements regarding Karan Fries cattle breed. Statement 1. Karan Fries yields an average of about 5,850 kilograms of milk per lactation. Statement 2. Karan Fries has been developed by the National Dairy Research Institute located in Karnal, Haryana. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because 5,851 kilograms refers to the maximum yield of top-performing cows, not the average yield. Statement 2 is correct, as Karan Fries was developed by the National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, Haryana. Let's move to the next event. The World Bank has revised India's economic growth projection for financial year 2025-2026 upward to 7.2%, citing strong domestic demand despite global economic challenges. India's economic resilience has also contributed significantly to overall growth in the South Asian region. Consider the following question. According to the World Bank, what is India's projected economic growth rate for financial year 2025-2026? Option A, 6.5%. Option B, 7.0%. Option C, 7.2%. Option D, 7.5%. The correct answer is option C, 7.2%. The World Bank has projected India's economic growth at 7.2% for the financial year 2025-2026. This projection is based on strong domestic demand and private consumption. Now, consider the following statements regarding India's growth outlook as per the World Bank. Statement 1. India's economic growth for financial year 2026-2027 is projected to accelerate beyond the financial year 2025-26 level. Statement 2. India's economic performance has reduced South Asia's overall growth rate in 2025. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is neither Statement 1 nor Statement 2. Statement 1 is incorrect because India's growth for financial year 2026-27 is expected to moderate to 6.5%, not increase. Statement 2 is incorrect because India's resilience helped lift South Asia's growth to 7.1% in 2025, not reduce it. Let's move to the next event. The Government A Marketplace marked 7 years of the Womania initiative, which aims to enhance the participation of women-led micro and small enterprises in public procurement. The initiative has enabled large-scale digital access for women entrepreneurs and exceeded mandated procurement targets. Consider the following question. The Womania initiative was launched to promote the participation of which group in government procurement? Option A. Startups registered under Startup India. Option B. Women-led micro and small enterprises. Option C. All MSMEs registered on Udyam. Option D. Cooperative societies owned by women. The correct answer is option B. Women-led micro and small enterprises. Womania is a flagship initiative of the Government A Marketplace focused on women-led micro and small enterprises. It provides them direct digital access to government buyers and public procurement opportunities. Now, consider the following statements regarding the Womania initiative. Statement 1. The Womania initiative was launched in January 2016 to support women entrepreneurs in private markets. Statement 2. Women-led enterprises registered under Womania have secured public procurement orders exceeding 80,000 crore rupees. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because Womania was launched on the 14th of January 2019 and focuses on government procurement, not private markets. Statement 2 is correct as women-led MSEs under the initiative have secured procurement orders exceeding 80,000 crore rupees, surpassing the mandated target. Let's move to the next event. India's first National Tribal Health Observatory, named the Bharat Tribal Health Observatory, will be established at Bhubaneswar under Project Drishti. The initiative is being set up through an MoU between the Ministry of Tribal Affairs and ICMR Regional Medical Research Centre, Bhubaneswar to strengthen tribal health data and policy support. Consider the following question. The National Tribal Health Observatory will be established under which national initiative? Option A. National Health Mission. Option B. Ayushman Bharat. Option C. National Digital Health Mission. Option D. Project Drishti. The correct answer is option D. Project Drishti. The National Tribal Health Observatory will be established under Project Drishti, a national initiative focused on strengthening tribal health systems. It emphasizes research, surveillance, and evidence-based interventions for tribal populations. Now, consider the following statements regarding the National Tribal Health Observatory. Statement 1. The observatory will focus on tribe disaggregated health surveillance and data-driven policy support. Statement 2. The observatory will function as a district-level program under state health departments. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 1 only. Statement 1 is correct as the observatory focuses on tribe disaggregated health surveillance, implementation research, and policy support. Statement 2 is incorrect because it is a national-level institutional mechanism, not a district-level program under state governments. Let's move to the next event. The Bharat Electricity Summit 2026 will be held from the 19th of March to 22nd March of 2026 in New Delhi with a focus on sustainability, global cooperation, and the future of electricity systems. The summit will serve as a global conference-cum-exhibition for stakeholders in the power and electricity sector. Consider the following question. Which ministry is leading the organization of the Bharat Electricity Summit 2026? Option A. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Option B. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Option C. Ministry of Power. Option D. Ministry of Heavy Industries. The correct answer is option C. Ministry of Power. The Bharat Electricity Summit 2026 is being organized under the leadership of the Ministry of Power. The Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is a stakeholder but not the organizing authority. Now, consider the following statements regarding the Bharat Electricity Summit 2026. Statement 1. The summit is being organized by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy to promote renewable energy deployment. Statement 2. The Bharat Electricity Summit 2026 is a domestic-level event limited to Indian power sector stakeholders only. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is neither Statement 1 nor Statement 2. Statement 1 is incorrect because the summit is led by the Ministry of Power, not the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Statement 2 is incorrect as the summit is a global conference cum exhibition involving international stakeholders. Let's move to the next event. The Department of Post successfully delivered its first online order through the Open Network for Digital Commerce in January 2026. This marked India Post's formal entry as a logistics service provider on Open Network for Digital Commerce using the click and book logistics model. Consider the following question. Who placed the inaugural ONDC-enabled order that was delivered by the Department of Posts? Option A, India Post Payments Bank. Option B, Open Network for Digital Commerce. Option C, Ministry of Communications. Option D, Udyam. The correct answer is option D, Udyam. The first ONDC order delivered by the Department of Posts was placed by Udyam. Udyam is an ONDC-enabled initiative supporting rural entrepreneurs and artisans. Now, consider the following statements regarding the Department of Posts' integration with ONDC. Statement 1. The Department of Posts acted as a seller while delivering its first online order on ONDC. Statement 2. The Department of Posts is live on ONDC under the click and book logistics model. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because the Department of Posts acted as a logistics service provider, not as a seller. Statement 2 is correct as India Post is live on ONDC through the click and book logistics model. Let's move to the next event. The India Meteorological Department will install 200 automatic weather stations across Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Pune in 2026. This initiative aims to strengthen hyper-local and real-time urban weather forecasting, especially for extreme weather events. Consider the following question. How many automatic weather stations will each of the 4 metro cities receive under IMD's 2026 deployment plan? Option A, 25. Option B, 40. Option C, 50. Option D, 100. The correct answer is option C, 50. IMD will deploy a total of 200 AWS across 4 cities. Each city, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Pune, will receive 50 automatic weather stations. Now, consider the following statements regarding the installation of automatic weather stations by IMD. Statement 1. The dense AWS network will help improve prediction of cloudbursts, thunderstorms, heat waves and rapid pressure changes. Statement 2. The automatic weather stations will be installed only in rural areas to support agricultural forecasting. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 1 only. Statement 1 is correct as the initiative focuses on improving forecasts of extreme weather events. Statement 2 is incorrect because the AWS deployment is planned for major metro cities, not rural areas. Let's move to the next event. The Madhya Pradesh Space Tech Policy 2026 was launched during the Madhya Pradesh Regional AI Impact Conference 2026 held in Bhopal. The policy aims to promote satellite manufacturing, geospatial analysis and downstream space applications by integrating space technologies into public service delivery. Consider the following question. Who inaugurated the Madhya Pradesh Space Tech Policy 2026? Option A, Union Minister of Science and Technology. Option B, Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav. Option C, Chairman, ISRO. Option D, Secretary, MeitY. The correct answer is option B, Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav. The Madhya Pradesh Space Tech Policy 2026 was inaugurated by Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav. The launch took place during the Madhya Pradesh Regional AI Impact Conference 2026 in Bhopal. Now, consider the following statements regarding the Madhya Pradesh Space Tech Policy 2026. Statement 1. The policy is exclusively focused on military and defense-related space applications. Statement 2. The policy promotes satellite manufacturing, geospatial analysis and downstream space applications for sectors like agriculture and disaster management. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is Statement 2 only. Statement 1 is incorrect because the policy focuses on civil sectors such as agriculture, disaster management and urban planning. Statement 2 is correct as the policy explicitly promotes satellite manufacturing, geospatial analysis and downstream space applications. Let's move to the next event. The Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation discussed Jal Seva Ankalan during the 5th District Collectors Pey Jal Samvad to strengthen service delivery under Har Ghar Jal. The discussion focused on shifting attention from infrastructure creation to sustained and quality rural drinking water services under the Jal Jeevan Mission. Consider the following question. Jal Seva Ankulan is conducted under which program? Option A, Swachh Bharat Mission. Option B, Atal Bhujal Yojana. Option C, Jal Jeevan Mission. Option D, National Water Mission. The correct answer is option C, Jal Jeevan Mission. Jal Seva Ankulan is a Gram Panchayat-led functionality assessment tool under the Jal Jeevan Mission. It evaluates rural drinking water systems on regularity, adequacy and water quality. Now, consider the following statements regarding Jal Seva Ankulan. Statement 1. Jal Seva Ankulan evaluates rural drinking water systems based on regularity of supply, adequacy and water quality. Statement 2. The process includes village water and sanitation committee discussions, Gram Sabha endorsement and digital data entry on Jal Jeevan Mission dashboards. Which of the above statements are correct? The correct answer is both Statement 1 and Statement 2. Statement 1 is correct as Jal Seva Ankulan assesses rural water systems on supply regularity, adequacy and quality. Statement 2 is also correct because the assessment involves VWSC discussions, Gram Sabha approval and digital reporting on Jal Jeevan Mission dashboards. That brings us to the end of today's important current affairs. If you found this video helpful, do like the video and subscribe to GS Pulse for daily exam-focused current affairs. Take care of your health. Stay consistent with your preparation, and let's connect again in the next video.